Hi friends, in this video let me cover up the bit questions related to strategic management. As we know, OM SM paper, your paper 9 comprises of two papers. OM will be for 70 marks weightage and SM will be for 30 marks weightage. Now let me cover up the bit questions related to strategic management. Now let us move on to the first aspect. What they are given, choose the appropriate one from given 4 alternatives. Means again choose the correct answer they have provided. Okay, let us start with question 1. Let us start with question 1. What they are given? Benchmarking. What is benchmarking? We can tell it is a process of measuring the performance of a company's product, or it may be the services or processes, against those of another business which will be considered to be the best in the industry. Which will be considered as the best in the industry. They are going to compare with that of the another industry. That we are going to call it as what? Benchmarking. That we are going to call it as what? Benchmarking. That is the meaning of benchmarking. So point number 8, what they are given? The analytical tool to identify high cost activities based on the Pareto analysis is benchmarking. They are telling. No, see, it is one of the tool which identifies high cost activities. Whether the benchmarking helps in identifying the high cost activities? No. So accordingly, option A cannot be the answer. Now moving on to option B. What they are telling? The search for industries, best practices that lead to superior performance. See, in benchmarking, what they are going to do? They are going to compare with that of the another industries which will be adopting the best practices so that they can improve the performance. That is, we are going to call it as benchmarking. See, point number B is very nearer is there, but let us check the other option also. See here, five options are given. A, B, C, D, E, 5 options are given. Now let us check out point number C. Option C. What they are telling? The simulation of cost reduction scheme that helps to build commitment and improvement of action. Whether the benchmarking is going to reduce the cost and all? No. So accordingly, again, point option C cannot be the answer. Option D. What they are telling? The process of marketing and redesigning the way a typical company works. Usually in benchmarking, main thing what they are going to do? They are going to measure the performance of their own to that of the another set. So accordingly, this point number D cannot be the answer. Option E, what they are given? The framework that earmarks a linkage with suppliers and customers. Sorry, the benchmarking is not going to create any link among the suppliers or customers. So what is the appropriate answer here? Option B will be the appropriate answer. Option B will be the appropriate answer. What they given? The search for industries best practices that lead to superior performance. Means they are going to compare with that of the industries and they are going to improve the performance. That we are going to call it as what? Benchmarking. Now, let us move on to question 2. Let us move on to question 2. What they are telling? Successful differentiation strategy allows the company to. What is successful differentiation strategy? Usually the successful differentiation strategies are going to create some brand loyalty among the customer. Brand loyalty among the customer. Actually, they are going to gain market share through the quality of goods and cost saving, which is going to create the loyalty from customers. Those strategy we are going to call it as what? Successful differentiation strategy. Means which helps us to create a brand loyalty among the customer. The main reason is they will be providing very good quality of products to the customer. Okay, so that is the benefit usually a particular company is going to enjoy when they are going to apply successful differentiation strategy. Now let's go through the options. What they are given? Point number A, gain buyer loyalty to its brand. Yes, option B is A is very near. Now let us check the other option whether it is related or not. Option B, charge too high a price premium. No, usually when they are going to adopt successful differentiation strategy, they are going to charge lesser value. Cost saving will be incurred to the consumers. So accordingly, option B cannot be the answer. Option C, what that depend only on intrinsic product attributes. Means what they're telling, that strategy is going to focus on the characteristics of the product. No, again, that cannot be the answer, because usually with this strategy, what the company is going to enjoy, they are going to enjoy the brand loyalty among the customers. It is going to help in gaining the loyalty from the customers. So option C cannot be the answer. Option D, have product quality that exceeds buyer needs. Product quality will be there, but they cannot exceed the buyer needs. It will be meeting the buyer needs. So accordingly, option D cannot be the answer. Option E, what they're telling, segment a market into distinct group of buyers. No, again, actually, this particular strategy helps to create a good brand loyalty from the customer. It is not involved in segmenting the market and all. So accordingly, option E cannot be the answer. So which is the answer here? Appropriate answer is option A, which helps to gain the buyer loyalty to its brand, is the option for the second question. Now moving on to question 3. Moving on to question 3. What they're telling, the essential ingredients of business process re-engineering. First, we need to know what is business process engineering. Re-engineering, we can tell it is one of the management strategy. Business process re-engineering is one of the management strategy which involves a radical redesign of important business processes. In business process re-engineering, what they are going to do? They are going to perform the redesign of important business processes so as to achieve the improvement in productivity or the cycle time or in quality. To apply, to improve all those processes, usually that redesigning will be done, that we are going to call it as what? Business process re-engineering. Now what they're telling, essential ingredients means what should be present in business process to attain the business process re-engineering, they are asking. Point number A, what they are telling, continuous improvement of products, process and technologies. Yes, it is also part of business process re-engineering, but which is the essential ingredient they are asking us to consider. Point number B, planning for the technologies, processes and strategic partnership. This cannot be the answer. Option C, what they are telling, fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business process to achieve dramatic results. So actually point number C will be the option C will be the appropriate answer. Option D, what they're telling, generation, comparison and evaluation of many ideas to find one worthy development. No, usually what happens in business process re-engineering, as I told you, it is going to redesign what existing business process so that they can improve the productivity of the organization, or they can reduce the cycle time, or to improve the quality of the product or services whatever is rendered. So accordingly, option D cannot be the answer. Option E, identification, selection of layouts most suited for products and process. Usually in business process re-engineering, what they do, they are going to redesign the existing process. They are not going to create any layout and all. It is going to concentrate on the process, because the name itself tells business process re-engineering means in the business whatever the process will be available, those they are going to redesign, re-engineer it, change it. That is business process re-engineering. So what is the answer here? Option C. What is the essential ingredient of BPR? Fundamental rethinking is required and radical redesign of business process so as to achieve what? Dramatic result. So with that, question 3 is completed. Now let us move on to question 4. Let us move on to question 4. Organization culture. Organization culture is, they are telling, what is organization culture? What is organization culture? We can tell organization culture usually it encompasses the values and behaviors that contribute to the unique social or psychological environment of the business, that we are going to call it as organizational culture. Means the proper way how we need to behave within the organization, how we need to behave within the organization, that we are going to call it as organizational culture. Means this culture consists of what are the beliefs will be there, what are the beliefs or values which will be established by the leaders will be there. The same will be communicated to all the employees of the organization in the same manner. In the same manner, all the employees in the organization has to behave in the same manner. That we are going to call it as what? Organizational culture. For example, if you are working in a company and all means, what happens? They tell Monday to Friday you should come in formal. Saturday, if it is a working day, you can come in casuals and go out. That is one of the culture which will be built up in many of the companies. So all the employees, what they do Monday to Friday, they will be coming in formals, and usually on Saturdays they come in casual dresses. So that is one of the culture. So now, what is organization culture? We need to identify. Now let us go through point number A. Appreciation for the arts in the organization. No, it's not any appreciation. So option A cannot be the answer. Option B. Ability of the organization to act in a responsible manner to its employees. See, organization has to act, they are telling. No. Who has to act? Usually, whatever the culture, belief, it is created in the organization, all employees have to act. So accordingly, option B cannot be the answer. Option C, combination of both A and B, they are telling. No, it cannot be the answer. Option D, what they are telling, deeper level of basic assumptions and beliefs that are shared by the members of the firm. So that are the basic assumption or belief which will be shared by the members of the firm, where each and every employee has to follow it. That we are going to call it as what? Organization culture. So what will be the answer? Option D. Option E, what they given none of the above. If A, B, C, D, if they are not the answer, then we are going to select E, because D is the appropriate answer we have. So accordingly, for question for organization culture, what is the option? Option D, deeper level of basic assumption and beliefs which will be shared by the members of the firm. We are going to call it as organization culture. Now let us move on to question 5. Let us move on to question 5. What we have? Question 5. Innovation strategy. What is innovation strategy? We can tell it is one of the plan. Usually the organization is going to adopt so as to grow the market share or profits. So as to have a growth in the market share or the profits through product or service innovation. They are going to innovate the products and services, and they try to increase the demand in the market. They try to increase the demand in the market. That particular strategy we are going to call it as what? Innovation strategy. We are going to call it as what? Innovation strategy. So innovation strategy is point number A. What they are telling? Defensive strategy. No. Option A cannot be the answer. Option B, offensive strategy. No. Option C, what they are telling? Responding to anticipating customers and market demand. Yes, little bit. Option C is related to that. Option D, guerrilla strategy. No. Option E, harvesting strategy. No. So appropriate answer is option C, responding to anticipating customers and market demands. That we are going to call it as innovation strategy. Now let us move on to question 6. Let us move on to question 6. What we have? Question number 6. A corporate strategy can be defined as, what is corporate strategy? Always please remember, whenever you are solving the option, whenever you read the question related to that topic, you should just recollect the information. Then only you should go for the options. Then if without recollecting any of the idea, if you are solving the option, means it may create you the confusion. Which option will be correct? Sometimes one or more than two options you will be feeling correct. So that time you may commit mistakes. So always whenever you read the options, question, what you need to do, first you try to recollect the meaning. First, what they are telling us, a corporate strategy can be defined as, what is corporate strategy? We can tell it is the highest strategical plan which will be applied in the organization. This corporate strategy will be considered as the what? Highest strategical plan which will be applied in the organization, which is going to define the corporate overall goals and the direction and the way in which those particular goals and can be reached out within the by taking into consideration the strategic management activities. How those particular goals and direction can be achieved will be covered under this particular corporate strategy. And usually this corporate strategy, the duration will be always long term. The corporate strategy, whatever they are going to perform, always it will be long term. Okay, now let us understand. Let us select point number option A. What they are telling? A list of actions about operational planning and the statement of organization structure and control system. Option A, they are given. It is going to cover a list of action about operational planning and statement of organization structure they are telling. Option B, what they are telling? A statement of how to compete, direction of growth and method of assessing environment. No, actually it helps in what? Reaching the goals and direction and all. Okay, means whatever the resources will be available in organization, how best it can be utilized so that the required objective can be reached out, can be is covered under which strategy? Corporate strategy. So option B cannot be the answer. Next, option C. Abatement of organization activities and allocation of resources. No. This cannot be the answer. Option D. What they are telling? A course of action or choice of alternatives. Specifying the resources required to achieve certain stated objectives. Yes, option D can be the answer here. Corporate strategy, usually it is one of the course of action where it helps us to make the choice in the way of the various alternatives and how the resources has to be utilized and how the certain objectives has to be reached out for a particular organization will be covered under corporate strategy. Next, option E, what they give a statement or where how the company will prefer to operate. No, that is not corporate strategy. So what is the answer? Option D is the answer. Now moving on to question 7. Moving on to question 7. What they are telling? A strategic business unit is defined as a division of an organization. So usually when a strategic business units will be formed in one particular company, in the various units, if the same nature of products are produced or if the same nature of service will be produced, means those units they are going to combine and they are going to form as one strategic business unit. And for each and every strategic business unit, what they are going to do, they are going to appoint the manager and that particular manager will be looking after that particular strategic business unit. Okay, now let us go through what they are doing. The strategic business unit or SBU, not UB, it is SBU, is defined as a division of an organization. Point number 8, that help in marketing operation. No. Actually, why they are going to perform strategic business unit is they can provide the proper control completely on all the units. For that reasons, usually what happens, SBUs will be formed. So it's not for marketing operations. So accordingly, option A cannot be the answer. Option B, what we have, that enable managers to solve better control over the resources. Yes, because as I told you, in strategic business units, what happens, the companies are going to appoint manager for each and every strategic business unit, and the duty of that particular manager is to have a complete control on the units and also the resource utilization, or it may be in the process of production of goods or it may be in rendering of service. So option B is very related. First, let us cover with option C, D and E. What they are telling? Option C, to help in the choice of technologies. Sorry, SBUs will not be formed to make the choice in technology. So accordingly, option C cannot be the answer. Option D, what they are telling, that help in the correlation of scarce resources. No, that cannot be the option. Option E, that help in identifying talent and potentials of the people. No, that is also inappropriate option. So what is the exact answer? Option B, it enables the managers to have a control over what? Resources. Which resources? Organization resources. That we are going to call it as what? SBUs. Now let's move on to question 8. Let's move on to question 8. What they're telling? Indian Airlines decreasing the airfare on the Delhi-Mumbai sector following the introduction of no frills airlines could be an example of what? First, option A, they are given cost leadership. Cost leadership. What is the meaning of cost leadership? We can tell it is Cost leadership, it is one of the business strategy which establishes a competitive advantage by having a lowest cost in the operation in the industry. Cost leadership means they are going, whenever they are going to introduce a product, they are going to introduce that very lowest cost, that we are going to call it as what? Cost leadership. Next, what we have? Price leadership. Next we have price leadership. What is price leadership? We can tell the price leadership is a situation in which one particular company usually dominate one in its industry. Means they are going to set the prices very nearer to its competitors. They are going to set how they are going to set their prices for their products very nearer to the competitors. What are the competitors will be charging the price in the same way. In the same way, usually those they are going to fix the price, that we are going to call it as what? Price leadership. Next, option C, what we are having? Product differentiate. What is product differentiation? We can tell it is one of the process where a particular organization try to distinguish a product or services from other industries and they, their main object why they are going to differentiate the product is so as to produce what are the products they have produced. It has to they try to attract the customers and they try to cover the target market. They try to cover the target market, that we are going to call it as what? Product differentiation. Product differentiation. Next, what we have? Focus strategy. Focus strategy. What does focus strategy actually involves? It involves the targeting the products to a small markets. They are going to concentrate for the small audiences. They are going to concentrate for the small audiences, that we are going to call it as focus strategy. Next, we have another option what they are given, market retention. Market retention. What is market retention strategy? Market retention strategy also can be called as usually customer retention strategy. Usually in that particular strategy, what they are going to do, they are going to collect the activities of a business users. The main purpose, how which all the activities of the business they are going to utilize is so that they can increase the number of repeat customers, and due to that they are going to increase the profitability of the existing customer, that we are going to call it as market retention or customer retention. Means they try to retain the customers. They try to retain the customer by making the required changes to the business activity, that we are going to call it as market retention. Here, what is the question they are asking? Point number 8. Airline decreasing the airfare on the Delhi-Mumbai sector following the introduction of no-frill airlines could be an example of price leadership. It will be example of what? Price leadership. In price leadership, what they are going to do? Whatever the competitors will be charging the price, accordingly they try to charge the cost, that we are going to call it as price leadership. Okay, so airlines also they have decreased the air price so as to compete with the others. So accordingly, it will be example of what? Price leadership. Now moving on to question 9. Moving on to question 9. What they're telling? Question mark in BCG matrix is an investment. See, in BCG matrix, usually we are going to use 4 symbols. One is star, question mark, cow, dog. How many symbols will be used in BCG matrix? 3. That is the full form of BCG is Boston Consulting Group. What is the full form of BCG? The full form of BCG is Boston Consulting Group. Usually, to analyze the market share and market growth, they are going to divide into 4 symbols. That is star, cow, dog, question mark. Usually, star will be having high market share as well as high market growth. But when it comes to cow, cow will be having low market growth but high market share will be there. High market share will be there. When it comes to dog, the dog will be having low market growth and low market share. The dog will be having what? Low market growth and low market share. But when it comes to question mark, usually the question mark will be having high market growth but low market share. High market growth will be there, low market share. Market share. Here what they are asking, question mark. Means a question mark in BCG matrix, what it will be having? It will be having high market growth will be there but low market share. But low market share. So now let us go through the option. Point number A, yields high current income and has a low bright growth aspect. Has bright growth prospects they are telling. It will be, current income will be low. When the income will be low? If the market share is lower, means usually income will be low. So accordingly what happens, it is low current income but has bright growth prospect. Option A they are given. B what they are telling, yields high current income. The question mark is not going to yield high current income, so accordingly it cannot be the answer. Option C, yields high current income. Again it cannot be the answer. Option D, yields low current income and has bleak growth prospect they are telling. Usually the question mark will be having low current income. Current income will be lower and they will be having growth aspect how much? Bright. Nothing but high will be there. So accordingly what will be the answer? Option A will be the answer. Option A will be the answer. Usually the question mark will be having low current income but they will be having bright growth prospect. So that is the meaning of what? Question mark in BCG matrix. Now let us move on to question 10. Let us move on to question 10. What they are telling, for an investor, for an entrepreneur, point number A, vision is before the mission. Point number B, they are given, vision is before the vision. Point number C, both are developed simultaneously. See, vision and mission cannot be developed simultaneously. So C cannot be the answer. Option D, vision or mission are unimportant issue. Actually, those are very important issues. So accordingly, option D cannot be the answer. Option E, what they're telling, profitability is most crucial. This cannot be the answer. So out of A and B, A what they're telling, vision is more than the mission. Vision means what? Long term. Mission means short term. So usually for an entrepreneur, they are going to consider the vision before the mission. Vision before the mission means after taking into consideration what is the long term advantage they need to enjoy. Accordingly, they are going to develop the mission and accordingly they are going to reach up the short term goals and objectives. Then when the short term goals and objectives will be reached out, they will be able to reach out the vision. Accordingly, so for an entrepreneur, vision is before the mission. Now let us move on to question 11. Let us move on to question 11. What they are telling? Typically, profits are highest in which stage of the industry life cycle? Whether it is in introduction, growth, maturity or decline. Usually the profit will be high in growth stage. In which stage the profit will be high? In the growth stage the profit will be high. So high to the highest. So accordingly the answer will be option B. Now moving on to question 12. Moving on to question 12. What they are telling, the BCG growth matrix is based on two dimensions. What are those? One is the market share and another is market growth. BCG matrix they are going to consider which aspect? Two aspects. One is market share and another is market growth. So now let's go through the options what they are given. Option A, market size and competitive intensity. That is not the option. Option B, relative market share or market industry growth rate. Yes, option B will be the answer. Because in BCG matrix, they are going to consider two. One is the market share and another is market growth rate. Option C, they are on profit margin and market size. No, that is not the dimensions. Option D, market size and market share. No, market share and market growth. Share and size are different again. Okay. So answer is option B. Now let us move on to question 13. Let's move on to question 13. What they are telling? The strategy The strategy of the Reliance Group in India could be a good example of Reliance Group, whatever is there, it is a good example of which strategy they are telling. Point number A. Option A, they are given conglomerate diversification. What is conglomerate diversification? We can tell it is one of the growth strategy which is going to involve adding new products and services which will be different from the organization present products and services. That diversification we are going to call it as conglomerate diversification. Means in conglomerate diversification, what happens? They are going to add on very different new products and new service they are going to add on, which will be completely different from other products. That diversification we are going to call it as conglomerate diversification. In Reliance Group, what we are having? Reliance Communication is there. Reliance Petroleum is there. So Reliance Trends are there. Clothing. Am I right? So many wide varieties of diversification is there in Reliance. Next, option B, what they're telling, market development. It's not, cannot be market development. Option C, price transfers. No. Concentric diversification. Another diversification they are speaking about is concentric diversification. What is concentric diversification? We can tell it is one of the growth strategy in which a particular company seeks to have some growth or developing a new products to the existing product lines. Whatever the existing product lines will be there, for that they are going to try to add on the new products. Those we are going to call it as concentric diversification. For example, if they are having the industry related to detergents and all, one or two new detergents they may come up, that is concentric. Conglomerate means what happened, different products and service they deal, that we are going to call it as conglomerate. The strategy of Reliance Group, whatever they apply, is the conglomerate diversification. It is which diversification? It is conglomerate diversification. Answer is option A, because Reliance Group always try to add on the new different products which will be out of the product line. So it is an example of which diversification? Conglomerate diversification. Now moving on to question 14. For an actor in Bollywood, his outstanding performance could be A, or an asset, strategic asset, or core competency or capability. Whatever the actor, whoever is going to act in Bollywood, whatever the outstanding performance they give, that outstanding performance will be of what? Core competency. Whatever the competency they are going to face, accordingly, by taking that into consideration, their performance they are going to improve. So it is due to outstanding performance will be given for what is the reason? Because due to core competency. Next, moving on to question 15. In product life cycle, cash cows indicate what? They will be having high market share but low growth. They will be having high market share but they will be having low growth. Okay, now let us go. High share, just they are given high share, so it cannot be the answer. Option B, low growth and negative cash flow. Sorry, there will be no negative cash flow in cash flows. Accordingly, option B cannot be answer. Option C, high share. Yes, high market share will be there. Low growth. Yes, the growth will be low and large positive cash flows. It is going to have in cash cows. When the star becomes cash cows, usually the cash flow, whatever they are going to generate, positive cash flows will be there. So what will be the answer? Option C. Option D, they are given low share. So as they are given initial itself low share, so accordingly it cannot be the answer. As per BCG matrix, the cash cows will be having what? High market share, low growth will be there, and they will be yielding the positive cash flows to the organization. That is, will be called as what? Cash cows. Now let us move on to question 16. Let us move on to question 16. What they are telling? If an organization acquires its supplier, it is an example of what? whether it is horizontal integration or whether it is forward vertical integration or whether it is backward vertical integration or downstream vertical integration. See, if the organization is acquiring its supplier, means it is a backward vertical integration, because the organization is going to acquire the supplier, means that kind of diversification we are going to call it as what? Backward vertical integration. Backward vertical integration. Now let us move on to question 17. Let us move on to question 17. Delphi technique. They are telling Delphi technique. What is Delphi technique or a Delphi method? We can tell it is one of the structured communication technique or a method which will be developed very systematically. Interactive forecasting method which relies on the panel of experts. The Delphi technique, whatever the forecasting they are going to make on the basis of the panel of experts, they are going to collect the opinion from the experts. On that basis, they are going to make the forecasting. So that particular technique or the method we are going to call it as Delphi technique. So now let us go through the options what they are given. Option is an attempt to describe a sequence of events that demonstrate how a particular goal might be reached. No, with the help of Delphi technique, what they are going to do? They are going to, is one of the communication technique, how well best communication can be made. And usually who is going to give the forecasting technique? Usually it will be given by a group of experts. That is Delphi technique. Option B, what they are telling, it is a method of obtaining a systematic, refined consensus. Means information communication from whom? From a group of experts. So accordingly, what will be the answer? Option B will be the answer. Option B will be the answer, because it is a technique where this method helps in obtaining a systematic, refined information from whom? Usually group of experts. So that technique we are going to call it as what? Delphi technique. So answer is option B. Answer will be option B. Option C, what they are telling, he is assessing the desirability of future goals and thereafter selecting those areas of development that are necessary to achieve the desired goals. Sorry, this is not a Delphi technique. Usually it is one of the forecasting they are going to do on what basis? By taking the opinion from the group of experts. So option C is cannot be the answer. Option D, what they are telling is concentrating on the impact which various forecasted technological development might have on a particular industries. No, option D cannot be the answer. Now let us move on to question 18. Let us move on to question 18. What they are telling? Board of directors has certain basic tasks as follows. What the board of directors has to do? Option A, what they are telling? To monitor plans and programs of production. Only they, whether they are restricted to production? No. So option A cannot be the answer. Option B, to design the course of strategic options and appointment of top management. Yes, this can be one of the option. Option C, to control utilization of resources. Whether they will be involved in the utilization of resources? No. To usually monitor utilization of resources, who is going to do? Production department heads. Why? That board of directors will look after. Next, to monitor courses of action for marketing management. Marketing manager will look after it. Why? The top of board of directors. So what will be the answer here? Option B will be the answer. Option B will be the answer. To design the course of strategic option and they are going to appoint the top management. This will be the task usually the board of directors has to perform. Next, moving on to question 19. Moving on to question 19. McKinsey's 7 frame work consists of. Actually, it is going to consist of what? S7S consists of S. First S stands for structure. Strategy should be there. Staff, skill, system, shared values, and style. What are the 7S stands for? Structure, strategy, staff, skill, system, shared values, style. Okay, in option A, what we have? Structure, strategy is there. Software is there. Software is not the one of the S of 7S. So accordingly, A cannot be the answer. Option A. Now moving on to option B. Structure, strategy S, system S, skills S, styles S, syndication. Syndication cannot be included and out of the 7S. So accordingly, option B cannot be the answer. Option C, what they are telling? Structure, strategy, systems, skills, up to here, steer power and all that cannot be included. So option C cannot be the answer. Option D, structure, Strategy, staff, skills, system, shared values and style. Yes, option D will be the answer. Option D will be the answer. Option E is what they given, none of the above. As option D we are having, so accordingly option E cannot be considered. Okay. So with that, question 19 is completed. Now moving on to question 20. Moving on to question 20. What they telling? What are the enduring statements of purpose that distinguish one business from other similar business? We are going to call it as what? Mission. We are going to call it as what? Mission statement. The statement which are going to differentiate from one business to another similar business, we are going to call it as mission statement. So the answer will be option B. Option B, mission statement. Now moving on to question 21. Moving on to question 21. They are asking outsourcing. What is outsourcing? We can tell it is one of the business practice of hiring a party outside a company so that they are going to perform the services or they are going to create the goods which will be performed in-house by the company's own employees and staff. Means instead of preparing on their own in-house within the organization, they may assign to other outside the company and they are going to take the work. That we are going to call it as what? Outsourcing. We are going to call it as what? Outsourcing. Now let us go through the option. Option A, what they are telling, spinning off the value creating activity to create a new firm. No, this is not outsourcing. Option A cannot be the answer. Option B, selling of a value creating activity to other firm. No, actually in outsourcing they are going to take up the work. They are not going to sell. So accordingly, option B cannot be. That's option C, purchasing of value creating activity from an external supplier. Yes, because whatever the job will be there from the external supplier, they are going to take up. So accordingly, option C can be the answer. Option D, what they are telling, use of computers to obtain value creating data from the internet. No, that is also not outsourcing. What is outsourcing? Taking up the work from outsiders. That we are going to call it as outsourcing. Or purchasing the value creating activity from outsiders. We are going to call it as what? Outsourcing. Next, moving on to question 22. Moving on to question 22. What they're doing? An actress in the Bollywood, her pretty face could be an what? Asset or a strategic asset or a core competency, capability, or all of the above. See, whichever the actress, her pretty face will be considered as a strategic asset. It will be considered as what? It will be considered as a strategic asset. It will be considered as what? A strategic asset. When it comes to outstanding performance of actor in Bollywood, it will be the core competency. It can be considered as what? Core competency. But when it comes to actress in Bollywood who will be having a pretty face, it can be considered as what? Strategic asset. It can be considered as what? Strategic asset. Now let us move on to question 23. Let's move on to question 23. What the telling? Strategic analysis is concerned with the stating the position of the organization in terms of strategic analysis, how they are going to explain. Option A, mission. Yes, in the strategic analysis, mission will be covered. Choice of market segments. Actually, choice of market segments will not be covered. Usually in strategic analysis, what are the aspects they are going to cover is they are going to cover what are the missions, what are the goals of the organization, whatever the corporate appraisal is available, what kind of position audit is available, what kind of gap analysis is available. These aspects will be covered under strategic analysis. They are given choice of market segments. Accordingly, option A cannot be the answer. Option B, what they are given, missions, goals, corporate appraisal, position audit and gap analysis. Yes, option B will be the answer. Option B will be the answer. Now moving on to question 24. Moving on to question 24. What they are telling? Strategic choice makes a statement about corporate strategy as well as business strategies. Yes, actually, usually whenever the strategic choice will be made in a particular organization, strategic choice will be made in a particular organization. What they are going to do? They are going to make the choice of both corporate strategy as well as business strategy. So point number A, what they are telling? They are one and the same. Yes, usually the corporate strategy or business strategy is whatever will be selected, and the strategic choice both will be one and the same. So accordingly, the answer will be option A. Accordingly, the answer will be option A. Now moving on to question 25. Moving on to question 25. What they are telling? Degree of involvement of board of directors may vary from passive to active level. Passive means where complete involvement of the board of directors will not be there. Those that we are going to call it as passive. Active means actively the management will be participating in each and every activity of the organization. That we are going to call it as active level. Now what they are telling? It may participate in one or more of the following activities. See, what kind of board of directors, in which all the activities they may participate, they are telling. State one or more appropriate as judicious mix. So in which of the aspect more, the passive to active level participation may vary from degree of involvement of board of directors in the below given options. They are asking us to identify. Option A, it constantly oversees the company's missions, objectives and policies. Option A, they are given where what they are telling, where the board of directors are going to see what are the company's mission are there, what are the objectives are there, and what are the policies. Next, option B, it approves issues like R&D, foreign collaboration, linkages with financial institutions. See, passive to active level participation of board of directors. Another option what they are given, they are going to provide the approval for whatever the research and development will be conducted in the organization, whatever the foreign collaborations they will be performing for that all. Option C, capital budgeting, new product launch and competitive strategic building they are telling. Option D, it tries to ensure that company remains aligned with the changing social and political and economic. Option D, oversees only the financial performance of the company. The appropriate answer is option B here. It is going to approve, because the board of directors will be more involved in giving the approval things, like for the purpose of research and development, whether the company has to go for foreign collaboration or not, and all the linkages with financial institution, all the aspects they are going to look after. So accordingly, option B will be the answer. Option B will be the answer. Next, let us move on to question 26. Let us move on to question 26. What we have? Offensive strategy. Offensive strategy. What is this offensive strategy? We can tell offensive strategy is also one of the type of corporate strategy. Corporate strategy which will be applied in a particular industry itself, within the organization, within the industry, to make the changes within the industry. Usually that offensive strategy will be applied. Like for example, if a particular organization is investing usually in the research and development or in technology so as to meet up the high competition in the market. So as to meet up the high competition in the market. That strategy we are going to call it as what? Offensive strategy. Now let us go through the options what they have provided. Option A, for small companies that consider offensive attacks in the market. Yes, if a particular industry, larger industries, if they are applying offensive strategy, means the smaller industries, it will be considered as one of the offensive attack, because when they get completely advanced, what happens? The cost of production will be less, means they will be able to sell at very lower price. They will be able to sell at very lesser price. So accordingly, for smaller companies, it can be considered as offensive attacks in the market. So option A will be little appropriate. Let us go through the other option. Option B, what they are telling, for those companies that search for new inventory opportunities to create competitive advantage. See, as I told you, this offensive strategy will be made within the organization, not outside. So accordingly, option B cannot be the answer. Option C, for market leader who could attack the competitor by introducing new products that that make a existing ones obsolete. Usually in offensive strategy, what they are going to try to improve, they are going to concentrate on research and development and technology. They are not going to cover the segment and all. So accordingly, option C cannot be the answer. Option D, for those companies who are strong in the market but not leaders, might capture the market share from the leader. No. Usually, they try with the help of offensive strategy, they try to have the competitive advantage, but they try to increase the market, but they will be considered as a leaders. Here what they're telling, but not the leaders they are telling. So accordingly, option D cannot be the answer. So which will be the appropriate answer? Option A. Option A will be the appropriate answer. For a small companies, it is going to consider offensive attacks in the market. Okay, now let us move on to question 27. Question 27. Sales famous advertising campaign of "There is a bit of steel in everyone's life" was meant to. What it is? Actually, sales company, that is a, whenever they are going to advertise, what is the statement they are given? There is a bit of steel in everyone's life was meant to it. It is one of the mission statement of the sales company. It is the mission statement of the sales company. Point number A or option A, what they're telling, gain buyers awareness about its versatile product range they are given. Option B, create an image of supervisor performance. Option C, inform new buyers about its special products. Option D, enhance product quality perception. Option E, achieve its mission. So that statement is going to indicate what? To achieve its mission. So answer will be the option E. Answer will be option E. Now moving on to question 28. Now moving on to question 28. What they're telling? Marketing research studies are undertaken. For what purpose? Usually the marketing research will be done. Option A, what they're telling, to measure brand loyalty of the class of consumer. Again, the consumers can be classified into various types: lower level, middle level, high level. Yes or no? So this is also one of the point which will be done included in marketing research. Means which are the class of consumer for whom they try to satisfy the products they are going to take into consideration. Option B, to predict market potential of a product on a future date. Yes, they go for again forecasting in marketing research. Option C, to understand product price relationship. As for that reason also, to understand what kind of product price relationship exists, to understand that again the organization may perform what? Marketing research. Option D, what they are telling, to make out a case for revision of an existing strategy. So again, it is also a part of marketing research. Option E, what they are given, all of the above. See, above whatever the options they are given, all are related to marketing research studies. So the answer will be all of the above. Point number E. Now moving on to question 29. Moving on to question 29. What they are telling? Intensity of competition is dash in low return industry. Means for industries which are earning lesser, their income will be lesser, earning capacity will be lesser. For that, intensity of competition, how we measure it, will be high, less or medium. It will be very high. For those industries which will be having very lesser return, they will be earning lesser return usually. Usually for them the competition will be what? The competition will be very high. So answer will be option C. Answer will be option C. With that, question 29 is completed. Now let us move on to question 30. Let us move on to question 30. ANSEF proposed that for filing the corporate planning gap, one of the 4 strategies, namely. See, ANSEF, what he has done, ANSEF model. Actually, ANSEF, what he has done to study the market, he applied the 4 strategies, like those are product development, market development, market penetration, product development and diversification. So ANSEF For the purpose of filling the corporate planning or gap, he has taken into consideration mainly the four strategies. What are the four strategies usually the answer has considered? One is market development, market penetration, product development, and diversification. As per the answer, when a particular organization has to go for market development means if there are existing products are there, if there are existing products are there, and if the company is trying to enter the new markets, if the company is trying to enter the new market means in the situation answer proposes that that particular organization should go for market development. In case if a particular organization is having exist is dealing with existing products and also existing market, it deals with existing products and existing market means in this situation answer proposes suggests that that particular organization should go for market penetration. And next, if a particular organization is having already existing market, but if they are introducing new products, if they are introducing new products in the situation, the answer suggests that that particular organization should go for product development, should go for product development. And in case if a particular organization is having the new products and it is going to enter in the new market means in the situation it has to go for diversification. So what are the four strategies they are going to adopt? Market penetration, product diversification, differentiation they are telling. So accordingly A cannot be the option. Option B, market penetration, okay. Product development, okay. Market research will not be involved, so accordingly B cannot be the answer. Option C, market penetration is, product development is, market development is, and diversification. So accordingly what will be the answer? Option C will be the answer. Option C, market penetration, product development, market development, and diversification. These are the four strategies which the answer is going to propose. Now moving on to question 31. What they are telling? Directional policy matrix is same as BCG matrix? No. 9-cell GE matrix? Yes. Option B. What will be the answer? Option B. The directional policy matrix is there. That will be as same as which matrix? 9-cell GE matrix. Now let us move on to question 32. Question 32. What they are telling? Which of the following market structure could be commonly identified with FMCG products? Means fast moving consumer goods. So usually which kind of market they are telling? Usually in monopolistic markets. Usually they are going to cover which products? Fast moving consumer goods. So accordingly what will be the answer? Option B will be the answer. Option B will be the answer. Now let us move on to question 33. A product line is a group of product. What is product line? They are telling. A group of products. How it will be grouped? Point number A. Are closely related as. Whichever the products are closely related, that will be formed as one group under product line. Next point number B. What they are telling? Are marketed through same channel as. What are the production? Everything will be carried on. It will be and whatever the marketing system will be there with the same channel, they will be able to market the products. Yes. The same will be covered under product line. Option C. Perform a similar function for being sold to same customer. Yes. So option D will be all of the above. Answer will be all of the above, because the product line is a group of product which are very closely related, and those will be marketed through the same channel, and they are going to perform the similar function. Those goods, whatever will be those products which will be covered under one product line, the functions of those particular products will be same, and it will be sold to the same customer. Customers. Accordingly, the answer is option D, all of the above. Now let us move on to question 34. What they are telling? New entrants to an industry are more likely when. Usually when a particular industries enter for new entrants, enter for new entrants, if a particular industry is unable to have a product differentiation, if they are not having a product differentiation, if it is too low, if it is too low in the situation, what they are going to do, they are going to make the new entrants to an industry. Point option A, what they are given, it is difficult to gain access to distribution channel. No, that cannot be the answer. Option B, economies of scale in the industries are high. No. Option D, product differentiation is in the industry is low. So whichever the industry is having product differentiation is low, usually how what they are going to do, they are going to make the new entrants to an industry. It will be more benefiting to them. Option 4, what they are telling, capital requirement in the industries are high. Sorry, that cannot be the answer. Now moving on to question 35. Moving on to question 35. What they're telling, the managerial task of implementing strategy primarily falls upon the shoulders of. Usually, whatever the task of implementing the strategy falls, it will be on the shoulders of whom? Implementing strategy. Formulating will be in the board of directors. Implementation has to be done by whom? Middle levels. Middle level means who? Managers level. Manager level. So option A, what they are given? CEO. No, that they will be covered under top management. So accordingly, A cannot be the answer. Option D, first line supervisors who have day-to-day responsibility. So usually the first line supervisor's duty will be to execute. So accordingly, option B cannot be the answer. Here, what they are telling, implementing strategy. Option C, all managers, each attending to what needs to be done in their respective areas of authority and responsibility. So answer is option C. Answer will be option C, because who is going to implement the strategies in the organization? Managers. It will be on the manager's shoulder. So accordingly, answer will be option. Option D, they are given all of the above. No. Usually, top level, they are going to formulate. In the middle level, they are going to implement. And the lower level, they are going to execute. So accordingly, answer will be option C. Now moving on to question 36. Moving on to question 36. What they are telling? The strategy which concentrate around a product market is what we are going to call. That particular strategy we are going to call it as niche, because they are going to cover only the small portion. So accordingly, that will be called as what? Niche. Next, moving on to question 37. Moving on to question 37. Corporate vision is same as what? They are asking corporate dream, corporate mission, corporate goal, corporate strategy. See, actually, corporate mission is different from corporate mission. Will be different, corporate goal will be different, and corporate strategy will be different. So what will be the same? Option A, corporate dream and corporate vision will be same. Vision means what? They are going to see in the future how the company should be, how they want to be in the market. That is vision. So nothing but it is one of the dream of the organization. Both are same. Next question 38. What they are telling? Niche is similar to, what is niche strategy? We can tell it is one of the marketing strategy which is going to focus on a unique target market. It is going to focus on one particular target market, which is going to focus on one potential customers, and they try to market the product or service. Only they are going to concentrate on one group. So that strategy we are going to call it as niche market strategy. So it's similar to which strategy they are telling? Growth strategy, milking strategy, flanking strategy, survival strategy. Actually, it is similar to flanking strategy. It is similar to which strategy? It is similar to flanking strategy. Usually in flanking strategy also, what they are going to do? They are going to concentrate more on one group itself, and they try to improve the sales of the organization. So accordingly, the answer will be option C. Now moving on to question 39. A supplier group is powerful. When the supplier group will be powerful, when they are going to provide the goods at lesser cost, and if they are offering very good quality products, and if they are able to offer the unique products, If they are able to offer the unique products, in this situation we can tell the supplier group will be powerful. Option A, they are given it is not concentrated. No, this cannot be the answer. Option B, offers unique product. Yes. Option B cannot be the one, can be the option. Now let us go through other. Option C, its customers can backward integrate. No, that cannot be considered as a supply group is powerful. Option D, there are no switching costs. No, this cannot be the answer. What will be the appropriate answer? When it is going to offer the unique products. When it is going to offer the unique products, then we can tell the supplier group is powerful. The supplier group is powerful. Now moving on to question 40. Moving on to question 40. What's that telling? A company's actual strategy is. A company's actual strategy is. What is the actual strategy? Option A, they are telling mostly hidden to outside view and is known only to top level manager. No, usually nowadays what they do, it will be known to all the level of managers. So accordingly, option A cannot be the answer. Option B, typically planned well in advance and usually deviates little from the planned set of actions and business approaches because of the risk of making on the spot changes they are telling. Let us check with other options also. Option C, what they are telling, partly proactive and partly reactive to changing circumstances. See, usually how the company's actual strategy will be for few changes. Partly proactive means immediately they are going to take the action, and for few of the changes, whatever happens, completely they are going to act as completely reactive. So usually, so what is company's actual strategy? Option C, partly they will be proactive and partly they will be reactive. Now moving on to question 41. Moving on to question 41. What they are telling, the reasons for failure of strategic management may be described as. See, it may be for from the if the management is not committed, if the employees are not committed, and if the proper planning is not made, in the situation what happens, there will be failure of strategic management. So now let us go through the options. What they given? Option A, overestimation of resource competence. Yes, if they make the overestimation also, what happens, there will be failure of strategic management. Option B, failure to obtain senior management commitment, means if the senior management itself is not committed, in that situation they cannot reach the strategic management. So option B can be also the answer. Option C, failure to obtain employee commitment. If the employees are not committed for the strategy, whatever they have formed, in the situation again, it is going to incur the failure. Option D, they are given all of the above. So answer will be option D, all of the above, because option A, option B, option C, whatever they are given, all are the reason for the failure of strategic management. Now moving on to question 42. Moving on to question 42. What they are telling? Blue Ocean strategy is concerned with. Blue Ocean strategy is concerned with. See, usually with the help of blue ocean, ocean means what? It will be very large. Blue ocean strategy is that particular strategy which helps a particular organization, to market their particular products, where there is no competition at all. Where there is no competition at all, with the help of blue ocean strategy, they will be able to market the products. That we are going to call it as what? Blue ocean strategy. Now let us go through what they are telling. Point number A, moving into new market with new products. No. Option B, creating a new marketplace where there is no competition. Yes, with the help of blue ocean strategy, what the organization will be doing, they will be able to create the new marketplace where there is no competition at all. For example, like iTunes, Canons, Ford models, Philips, all those, they are adopting what? Blue ocean strategy itself, means they are not having any competitions at all. Next, moving on to question 43. Moving on to question 43. What they are telling? The strategy of Tata Group in India could be viewed as a good example. See, again the Tata Group, whatever they manufacture, they are having wide varieties of product and services. So accordingly, which it will be a good example of what? Conglomerate diversification. It will be the example of what? Conglomerate diversification. So answer will be option A. What is conglomerate diversification? If a particular industries try to add on the new products which are different from the earlier, or the different services which are different from the earlier, those diversification we are going to call it as conglomerate diversification. So Tata Group is an example of what? Conglomerate. It may be the Reliance Group also. Which diversification? Conglomerate diversification. Now moving on to question 44. Moving on to question 44. Risk management strategies are what? Usually in risk management strategy, what they are going to cover? Avoid risk, S. Reduce risk, S. Retain risk, and combine risk. Next option B, what they are telling? Transfer risk, share risk, hedge risk. All these will risk. All this will be covered under risk management strategy. Option C, what we have? Both A and B. So the answer will be here both A and B. Option C will be the answer. Option C will be the answer. Both A and B will be the answer. Usually, the risk management strategy is going to cover what? It is going to try to avoid the risk for the organization. It tries to reduce the risk. It tries to retain the risk, combine the risk. It helps in transferring the risk, sharing the risk, and also hedging the risk. Now, let's move on to question 45. Let's move on to question 45. What they are telling? The best test of a successful strategy implementation is when we can tell a particular strategy implementation is successful. Let us go through the options what they are given. Option A, whether the structure is well matched to strategy. Means whatever the structure they have formulated, whether it is able to match the strategy, then whether it will be the successful. Option A they are given. Option B, whether the strategies and procedures are observed in strategy supportive fashion. Option C, whether actual organization performance matches or exceeds the target split out in the strategic plan. Option D, whether it is made after the strategy is formulated so that it is supportive to the strategy. So the best test for successful strategy implementation, how we can make is they try to, after implementing any new strategy, always they have to compare with the actual performance of the organization. If it is matching or if it is existing, if it is exceeding the performance of the actual, means in the situation, we can tell that particular strategy implementation is successful. So accordingly, what will be the answer here? Answer will be option C. Answer will be option C. So when actual organization performance is going to match or going to exceed the target split out in the strategic plan, then we can tell that strategy implementation is successful. Now let's move on to question 46. Question 46. What they are telling? Which one of the following does not seem to be the advantage of strategic management? What is not the advantage? They are telling. Option A, discharges board responsibility. Actually, discharges board responsibility is one of the disadvantage. So accordingly, option A cannot be the answer. Option B, what they are given, provides a framework for decision making. Yes, it is the advantage. Forces an objective assessment. Yes, it is also the objective. It can be expensive. See, actually, not an advantage they are telling. It is going to discharge the board responsibility will be the advantage. Here, what they are asking, not an advantage. It can be expensive. So, option D will be the answer here. Usually, whenever a strategic management is implemented, it going to act, means it is going to reduce the board's responsibility. It means board of directors responsibility. It is also advantage. Point number B, it is going to provide what? A complete framework for decision making. Point number 3, it helps in objective assessment. So what is not an advantage means it can be expensive. That is the not an advantage. It is the disadvantage. Now moving on to question 47. What they are telling? Which of the following analyzes products and business by market share and market growth? So which analysis, which matrix they are going to adopt? Market share and market growth. BCG matrix. Which matrix? BCG matrix. So the answer is option B, BCG matrix. Question 48. What they are telling? Which one of the following is not a part of McKinsey 7S frame? Option A, skill. Yes, it is a part. Staff. Yes, it is a part. System. Yes, it is a part of 7S. D, supervision. Supervision is not a part of 7S. So answer is option D. Option D, supervision. Now let us move on to question 49. Let's move on to question 49. What they are telling? Which one of the following statement is not correct? They are telling. Which is not correct? See, vision is a statement of the future. Yes, it is true. So option A cannot be the answer. The corporate mission is the purpose or the reason for its existence. Yes, this statement is also true. It is correct. So option B cannot be the answer. Option C, targets are performed from vision and mission statements of the organization. Sorry, usually the targets will be performed by taking into consideration the strategies, whatever are formed on that basis. So accordingly, the option C cannot be the answer. Option C is incorrect. Option C is incorrect. Next, option D, what they're telling, goals are objectives that are scheduled for attainment during planned period. During planned period. Yes, the statement D, whatever they are given, that is also true. Which is the incorrect statement? Option C, targets are formed from vision and mission statement of organization. That is incorrect. Usually the targets will be found by taking into consideration how much demand they are facing in the organization. On that basis, usually the targets will be found. So accordingly, that cannot be the answer. So that will be the answer. Option C will be the answer. Now moving on to question 50. Moving on to question 50. What they are telling? Which of the following cannot be called as a strength of the organization? Which is not a strength of the organization, they are asking us to find. Good industrial relationship is a strength. Incentive from state government, when they are going to receive the incentive from the state government, it is also considered as a strength of the organization. Financially very sound, it is also strength. Raw material source at distance, it is not a strength. It is not a strength. Option D is not a strength. Now let us move on to question 51. What they are telling? SBU means strategic business unit structure does not experience one of the following as an advantage. What is not the advantage they are telling? Means which will be the disadvantage we need to find. Option A, higher career development opportunities. Yes, that is the advantage. So accordingly, it cannot be the answer. Option B, better control of categories of product manufacturing, marketing and distribution. Yes, that will be also the advantage. So accordingly, it cannot be the answer. High cost approach. Actually, this high cost approach will not be the, they are not going to experience this. So answer will be option C. Option D, what they are telling, help in expanding in different related and unrelated business. This is also a particular advantage the organization is going to enjoy when they are going to formulate strategic business unit. So A, B and C are the advantages. C is only the disadvantage. So accordingly, answer option C will be the answer. Now moving on to question 52. Moving on to question 52. What they are telling, the existence of price wars in the airline industry in India indicates that whatever the price wars is available in airline industry, what kind of rivalry we can consider? We can consider it as a competitive. That is related because that is due to competition, severe competition, whatever is existing in India, due to which the price wars, due to which the price wars are going to incur in the airline industry. So accordingly, what will be the answer? Option A, what they are given, customers are relatively weak because of the high switching cost created by the frequent flyer programs. No, this cannot be the answer. Option B, industry is moving toward differentiation of service. No. Option C, competitive rivalry in the industry is severe. Yes, option C will be the answer. The price wars, when they are going to happen, when if there is a severe competition exists in the market, only in the situation the price wars will happen. So accordingly, answer will be option C. Just go through the option D, what they are given. The economic segment of the external environment has shifted, but the airline strategies have not changed. No, this cannot be the answer. Due to severe competition, what is happening? Price wars are happening in the airline industry. Now let us move on to question 53. Let's move on to question 53. Business process reengineering. In business process reengineering, what they are going to do? They are going to design They are going to design the business processes, whatever the business various operational processes will be there, that they are going to redesign. That we are going to call it as what? Business process re-engineering. Option A, what they are given, eliminating loss making process. No. Option B, redesigning operational process. Yes. Option B will be the answer. Option B will be the answer. Option C, what they are given, redesigning the product and service. No. Recruiting, actually they are going to redesign what? Process, not the product. So accordingly, option C cannot be the answer. Option D, recruiting the process engineer. No. Actually in business process re-engineering, they are going to redesign what? All the business processes which will be utilized in the various production process, they are going to redesign. That we are going to call it as what? Business process re-engineering. So with that, question 53 is completed. Now let us move on to question 54. Let us move on to question 54. What they are telling, which one or more of the following are appropriate as a judicious mix for a product line, that is a group of products. See, already they should be closely related, that are marketed through same channel, that perform a similar function for being sold to the same customers, all of the above. Answer is option D, all of the above. Already similar kind of question, already it is covered. Repeated question it is. Now moving on to question 55. Moving on to question 55. What they are telling, the product market matrix comprising of strategies of market penetration, market development, product development and diversification is first formulated by whom? ANSOF. Who has formulated? ANSOF. So accordingly option A, ANSOF will be the answer. Earlier one question, reverse they have asked. ANSOF, what are the strategies they have asked? So accordingly we selected the option market penetration, market development, product development and diversification. Here they are given 4 strategies. Whose strategy they are asking? Reverse. ANSOF will be the answer. Now moving on to question 56. Moving on to question 56. What they are telling, price fixation for the first time takes place when they are going to fix the price. Option A, companies develops or acquires a new product. Yes, when they acquire the new products, they have to fix the price. Option A can be considered. Option B, introducing existing product into new geographic area or new distribution channel. See, existing product is there. If they want to sell in new region or new with the help of new distribution channel, what happens? The transportation cost, the customer who is going to purchase is going to differ. So in that situation also what happens? They need to fix the price. Option C, service, the company bids for a new contract work. If they are going for a bidding to obtain one particular contract, means in this situation also the organization has to fix the price. So accordingly answer will be what? Answer will be option D, all of the above. Means under all the above conditions, usually the price fixation will be done by the particular organization for the first time. Now let us move on to question 57. Question 57. Intensity of competition is dash in low return industry. Usually what will be the return? Intensity of competition in low return industry will be high. Competition they are going to face is high. So accordingly answer will be option C, high. Actually again this is also repeated question. Already it is covered. Now let's move on to question 58. Let's move on to question 58. What they are telling, which of the following statement can be closely related to mission? Which can be considered as very related to mission they are telling. It includes definition of products and services the organization provides. Yes, it is little bit closely related. A option. Let us check with B, C, D. Option B, it specifies management policies towards customer and societies. No. In the mission statement, it cannot be included. It is a roadmap to company's future. No. Actually, vision is the roadmap to company's future. So, not the mission. So, option C cannot be the answer. Option D, it indicates the kind that company management is trying to create for future. No, that is also vision statement. So, what is the answer? Option A will be the answer. It is going to indicate the definition of product or services, what kind of product and what kind of service the organization is going to render is covered under mission statement. Now let us move on to question 59. What they are telling, portfolio analysis is a term used for what is portfolio analysis? We can tell it is one of the process by which Existing portfolio asset allocation will be reviewed so as to determine whether the current allocation is going to achieve the investor's short-term or long-term financial goals without taking any unnecessary capital risk, without bearing any high capital risk, whether the investor is going to gain the short-term and long-term financial goals can be obtained, reached or not, can be analyzed with the help of portfolio analysis. So now let us go through the options. Option A, to identify what strategy is needed to maintain a strong position or improve a weak one. First option A, they are telling. Option B, to find out the best alternative out of the various alternatives available. No. Usually in portfolio analysis, all the possibilities they consider. The best alternatives they will not select. So accordingly, option B cannot be the answer. Option C, to analyze product and business by market share and market growth. No. In portfolio analysis, they are not going to consider the market share and market growth. So accordingly, option C cannot be the answer. Option D, to make managers more adaptable to unforeseen changes. No. So what will be the appropriate answer? Option A, to identify which strategy has to be maintained to have a strong position or to improve the weak one. Now let's move on to question 60. Let's move on to question 60. What they are telling, which one of the following is not a role of marketing? Which is not the role they are asking us to identify. Option A, it helps in sustaining and improving the existing level of employment. Yes, it is one of the role of marketing. So accordingly, option A cannot be the answer. Option B, it helps in the economic growth of the country. Yes, because if they are able to market the products more means, if they are making the consumer to purchase the goods more means, what happens? The GDP can be improved. So accordingly, economic growth of a country can be found. So accordingly, it is also one of the role of marketing. Option B is role. Option C, it helps in the discovery of entrepreneurial talent. Yes, with the help of marketing, what is the talent of entrepreneur can be identified. Option C is also one of the role of marketing. Option D, what they are telling, it diminishes potential aggregate demand and thus reduces the size of the market. See, with the help of marketing, usually what happens, they try to increase the demand. They try to increase the demand and they try to increase the size of the market. But here what they are diminishing means reduces the demand and reduces the size of the market they are telling. Whether it is the role of marketing? No. So accordingly, option D will be the answer. Option D will be the answer. Now let's move on to question 61. Question 61. What they are telling, which one of the following is not the benefit of a vision? See, usually vision statement means nothing but foreseeing the future, that we are going to call it as vision. We can tell the vision is a roadmap for the future and usually it will be done for a short term. It is going to provide the short term imagination or thinking for the organization, that we are going to call it as what? Vision. Now what they are asking is not the benefit which is out of the above four options, out of the below four options, whatever they are given, which is not the benefit they are asking us to identify. Option A, what they are telling, it helps in the creation of common identity and a shared sense of purpose. Yes, is one of the benefit. Option B, it fosters risk taking and experimentation. Yes, it is also the benefit of vision. Option C, it fosters short-term thinking. No, usually with the help of vision, which thinking will be covered? Long-term. So accordingly, option C cannot be the answer. Will be the answer. It is not the benefit. So accordingly, option C cannot be the option C is not the benefit. So accordingly, it will be the answer. Option D, what they are telling, it represent integrity. Yes, with the help of vision, they will be able to integrate. Okay. So with that, question 61 is completed. Now let's move on to question 62. Let's move on to question 62. What they are telling, the competitive position of the company's SBUs, means strategic business unit or product line, cannot be classified as one of the following. Dominant. See, what are the products will be there that will be classified as dominant. So accordingly, it cannot be the answer. Strong. As the products or product line, whatever will be involved in the strategic business unit will be considered as strong. So it cannot be the answer. Favorable. And volatile, they are telling, it cannot be classified as volatile. So accordingly, option D will be the answer. Usually, whatever the products will be manufactured by the SBUs, they will be dominant, strong and favorable. They will not be volatile. So accordingly, option D will be the answer. Option D will be the answer. So with that, question 62 is completed. Next, they are given answer key means. So with that, I completed the SM part also. See, I completed SM part as well. So your paper 9 deals with what? Operation management and strategic management. Operation management and strategic management. Usually operation management is having 70 marks weightage and strategic management is having 30 marks weightage. See, strategic management will be of completely theoretical. Operation management little bit problematic is there. As now they have changed the mode of examination into online pattern. Online pattern will be there. To some extent, MCQ you can expect more than 70% will be like MCQ will be there, or about to 80-85% MCQ we can expect, and minimum 20 to 15% descriptive also we may face. Descriptive also you may face related to this particular paper. Okay, see, please you need to remember the point whenever you are going to approach the objectives. You need MCQs. After reading the question, just try to recollect what are the information what you know, and after that only you go for the options, so that easily you will be able to select the appropriate one. If you are without recollecting, if you are studying the option means, it may create a confusion in your mind which will be the option. Getting the point? So please follow the strategy. Easily you will be able to provide the correct answer, and only when you can answer, only when you are having the complete knowledge of each and every topic, whatever is a part of syllabus, only then you will be able to answer. Without studying properly, I will practice questions and I will attend the examination means, it is highly impossible to attend the examination. It will create lots of confusion in your mind. First you need to you should have the clarity regarding the subject matter. Whenever, only then you will be able to solve the MCQs. And again, please remember, whatever the explanation I have given to solve all the questions, it is completely from my personal point of view I have explained. Getting the point? I wish you all the best for your preparation and also for the examination. Thank you.